All right, let's get right into it. If you're familiar with Barbara O'Neill, you know she has a unique and sometimes controversial take on natural health. And for her, everything, absolutely everything, starts in the stomach. She believes it's the power source, the very center of our well-being.
And this quote? This really is the heart of her entire philosophy. 90%. Just think about that for a second. In her view, we're not just talking about digestion here. We're talking about the command center for your body's entire defense system.
So, to make this idea really stick, O'Neill uses this great metaphor of an engine room. You know, like on a big ship? If that engine is running well, the whole ship moves forward. If not, well, you're dead in the water. She sees the stomach in the exact same way.
And that's really the bottom line, isn't it? If that engine room isn't working at full steam, if your food isn't being broken down properly, your body just isn't getting the fuel it needs. It's like trying to build a house without any bricks. The whole system just can't repair itself or function the way it's supposed to.
So, if the stomach is the engine room, what's the most critical part of that engine? Well, according to O'Neill, it's a substance called hydrochloric acid, or HCl. This is the real star of the show in all her teachings on digestion. The unsung hero, you could say.
And here's the key thing to remember. HCl isn't some weird chemical. It's what your stomach is designed to produce, and a lot of it. It's your body's own powerful, natural tool for keeping everything inside running just right. And it basically has two huge jobs. First, it's like a demolition crew for protein, breaking it down into the little building blocks your body can actually absorb and use. And second, it's the bouncer at the door of your gut. It sterilizes what you eat, zapping nasty microbes before they can cause trouble further down the line.
Okay, so if HCl is so great, what's the problem? Why isn't it always working perfectly? O'Neill points to a few really common, everyday things that she says are basically enemies of good digestion, because they weaken our stomach acid.
She zeroes in on three main culprits. First up, not drinking enough water, dehydration. Your body actually needs water to make stomach acid. Second, high stress, which basically tells your body, hey, we're in danger, and shuts down non-essential stuff like digestion. And a huge one for her, drinking icy-cold drinks with your food. She argues it's like throwing a bucket of cold water on a bonfire, forcing your stomach to waste a ton of energy just to heat back up.
But look, it's not all doom and gloom. She has a very clear set of rules, a protocol that's designed to get that engine room back in business and get your hydrochloric acid production firing on all cylinders again. And this is the core of it right here. Her logic is super simple. Don't dilute your digestive juices. So you stop drinking water a half hour before you eat your meal dry. Then you give your stomach an hour to really work its magic. After about 90 minutes, you can start drinking water again. It's all about giving your HCl a concentrated, powerful environment to do its job.
Now, we should also talk about her advice for kids, because this is an area that's definitely stirred up some controversy. Her recommendations are all about digestive readiness. She suggests waiting to introduce grains until a baby's first molars come in. Her reasoning is that the specific enzymes needed to break down those starches just aren't there yet. And it is important to mention that these particular recommendations were cited in reports by Australian health authorities.
So let's zoom out for a minute. All of these specific rules, when to drink water, what foods to eat, they aren't just random tips. They all tie back to this one single overarching belief she has about the human body.
And this quote, this says it all, really. For O'Neill, healing isn't about adding complicated things. It's about removing the interruptions, the cold water, the stress, the wrong foods at the wrong time. The goal is to just get out of the body's way and let it do what it's naturally designed to do, which is heal itself.
And that really just leaves us with this one last question to think about. If you accept her premise that the stomach is the engine of your body, then every single meal becomes a choice. Are you putting in the high-grade fuel that helps it run smoothly? Or are you pouring in something that's just going to clog up the works?